Hey everyone, it's Michael and
Ruben
from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au, bringing you finally the completion.
Well, yes and no. We haven't quite
all my problems.
We haven't quite got it all here, but it was getting a little bit long in the tooth. We had lots of people saying, "Where is this release?" So we wanted to go ahead and get at least this portion of it out, but there is more to come.
Surely a completer coin means that all my stresses are complete. It's all done now.
No, I think there's a bit more of a longer line of those. Sorry, Michael.
We'll come back to that one.
No, it's the same one there. It's this box over here.
I'll start over here then.
So we are looking at the Queen's Beast Completer bar. So we thought we were done with the Queen's Completer. We had moved on to the Tudor Beasts out of the Royal Mint, but they've brought it back.
Who says marketing guys don't know how to milk the last
Bigger and more
thing?
completer than ever. So that's it. Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see this one back in 2025, but here we are.
But I have to say, I actually really like this. I think they've done a bang-up job with it. I'm just going to shut the lid to give us a better background to it. And I'm sure Ruben will do some B-roll that will make this look fantastic. But it's a beautiful design. I mean, I love the Queen's Beast. They've done a beautiful job of the Queen's Beast. They've done a really good job of making this into a minted bar. So you've got the standard design. I was worried they were going to drop Queen Elizabeth off it and they were going to replace it, but they haven't. They've done it really tastefully, putting it inside the bar there, or in the centre of the bar. You've got this beautiful coinish looking bar, so it's almost staying true to type. And then
that's it. You got the round design there, even though it's in the square.
In the square, and then on the back, they haven't gone for the coin, which is good. They've left it as a bar. They've not tried to replicate that part of it. And then you've just got the Royal Mint on the what would traditionally be, I suppose, the obverse, the Royal Mint with its purity and weight.
Love the patterning they've done there as well.
It's just brilliant. There's security patterning, all that sort of stuff. So I think they've priced it well. Like, it's not super cheap end, but it's certainly not the super expensive end that they probably could have gone with. But yeah, I think they've done a really, really, really good job with this one. Looks great in the 1 ounce, but I think it looks even better. They've also produced it in the 10 ounce, and the 10 ounce, I think the only thing better than the 1 ounce is the 10 ounce. And I've said this so many times on so many different unboxings, the bigger planchet just gives the chance to bring that detail out. So you can see, if we look at the 1 ounce, the animals or the depictions on there are quite small. And I think they look, don't get me wrong, I think they look fantastic, but you can get that detail and you can bring it out much more in that larger planchet. So the dragon starts to stand out, the lion starts to stand out. The different images that they're producing there really start to pop on that 10 ounce planchet. So it's exactly the same design. There's nothing different other than obviously it says 10 ounce instead of 1 ounce. There's nothing different about it other than that's that larger size. But it's just a standout beauty in the 10 ounce.
I quite like how they've got they're either paws or legs or whatever it is, talons,
hanging over the
edge. I think that's a really cool thing.
Which is also on the 1 ounce.
Also here,
but you just can't see it until you get to the 10 ounce unless you study it.
And if we flip that one over as well, we'll see again that awesome patterning that they've got there.
Is it a pattern or a word? I've never looked close enough.
No, it's kind of almost a chainmail kind of thing, which really fits with that.
It does.
That Royal Mint theme.
So I hadn't noticed that before. I think that looks even better.
Yeah. So no, well played on this one, Royal Mint. I think they've done it well. Whether or not it's them, carrying on the Queen's Beast Completer too long, I guess will remain to be seen. But based on people's reception to just the knowledge that these are existing, I don't think so. People seem really, really keen to get these through. Far more keen, I'd say, than any of the Tudor Beasts. So I think this is still a winning thing from Royal Mint.
I agree. Look, I think that was my initial concern was, here we go again. They found a way to drag this one out even further. But I think two things are at play. One is that they've left it quite a bit of time. So the completer finished in 22 or 23.
I'll flash it up on screen right now.
Whichever year, it's a couple of years ago that one finished. But I also think that they've done such a nice job of it that it's actually respected that original series. So I don't think they've cheapened it at all, which was my concern. The obvious one we're missing here is the gold one. So unfortunately, and Ruben will flash up a picture of one on the screen. They look fantastic. Obviously, they're a little bit dearer than their silver counterpart, but they look fantastic. They really are a great production in the gold as well. We will have those for sale immediately. They're up for pre-sale. We're currently, believe it or not, and I shouldn't say this on camera, but I'm going to because it's so frustrating. We're actually having a disagreement with Border Force at the moment over whether they incur GST or not. And they are not releasing them until they decide in our favour or we pay GST on them, whichever comes first. Now, look, it's not a big deal for you as a customer. It makes no difference. You're going to pay the same price. You're not going to pay GST on it because when it comes in, we will actually approach the tax department and we'll get it. So it's what it's meant to be, which is a bullion bar with no GST. So from your perspective, it's not a problem, other than the fact that it's delayed the delivery of it a little bit longer. But we're hoping to have them kind of within a couple of days, so it shouldn't delay it too long. But that's the only downside of this whole series. I think they've done a bang-up job. They are well priced. They are available now for a short period. They won't last long.
There's one more downside on that is the length that these will stay available for sale. I think this is going to be one that flies out the door, I think.
Yeah, look, honestly, they won't last long. So grab them while you can. We won't be able to get hold of them again, I doubt very, very much, because everywhere is pretty much sold out. All the suppliers are sold out. So it'll only be if someone cancels an order, like one of the big guys cancels an order, that we'll actually be able to secure any more. So it's a one-hit wonder for us, but it's a beautiful bar, and I think they've done a great job. So we don't shout out Royal Mint very often, but absolutely in this case, they've nailed it. They've done well.
Good stuff. All right, thank you very much, Michael. We will see you in the next one.
Sounds good. See you soon.